Assalamualaikum, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, our beloved PMX. Yang Malaysians menaruh banyak harapan, yang Malaysians masih ada harapan, tapi at the same time ramai juga disappointed with so many outcomes. Totally understand the challenges you face, the mounting task you have to steer our economy out of the rut, to regain the strength of our currency, to ensure stability in the country, to fight the 3 Rs, the divisive narratives and scheming of kita punya opposition. We understand totally all the challenges that you are going through. You also have a heart and compassion for kita punya brothers and brethren kita kat Gaza. You've done whatever you need to do. There's only so much you can do. Arab nations pun mementingkan dia punya ekonomi lebih daripada the life of Gazans. You've done what you could. Militarily, we can't assist. Langsung tak boleh. From the economic perspective, we can't even help ourselves. We don't even have enough for ourselves. We don't have excesses. So whatever we do for them, at best, is just gestures. Now, coming back to Malaysia, what needs to be done in Malaysia? So sini pun, while you are trying to ensure stability, tapi you can't run away from the fact that majority support are the Malays, and that's what we see. What I see, that you are struggling to still to tender and to try to get Malay to appease the Malays. Kalau Malays upset, come election, then this government is no more. You know that. You are more seasoned politician than I am any day. Tapi this is my word of advice. Okay. At the end of the day, I saw your interview, where you kata, you bagi tahu yang whether to be a politician or a leader. Okay, a leader is going to look after the future generation, the future of this country. The politician will look at winning the next election. Jadi orang tanya you, which one you are. So you kata, I have to be both. You tak boleh jadi hanya leader saja dan you satu term saja, tak habis kerja lah. You also have to be a politician. So I agree with you. You kena jadi politician juga. You also got to win the next election. Tapi you must understand, there's a trade-off for each tau. You tak boleh jadi politician all the way from now sampai next GE. The country stays in a rut. Ekonomi teruk, unemployment tinggi, business lingkup, gaji rendah, harga barang mahal, supplies tak cukup, rakyat bergaduh-gaduh, kleptokrat punya stigma is still there and they are in power and they are walking around. Kita punya law tak apa-apa. Come 2027, if it's still like that, I can bet all my fingers lah, Madani government is finished, PMX pun akan diganti. Done. You have from now to 2027, whether you like it or not, to make there a difference, because people will start comparing that point at the point when you first helm and become Prime Minister. Mereka nak tengok apa yang berlaku, and there will be many analysts, academicians that will all have their own narratives yang support you dan tak support you, but they will come back with facts, and by that time, facts can speak for itself dah. Jadi, so that therefore, there are things that you have to do now, there are things that you shouldn't do anymore. Okay, now, first things first. Yang isu sekarang ni, yang orang duk push sekarang ni, macam-macam lah. Equality punya matter, bila nak replace meritocracy, ganti sistem kota. At the same time, you are juggling to get Malay support. Betul tak? So sekarang ni, it's high time government make a stand. Okay, whatever yang dah ada sistem kota, whatever there's already affirmative punya action dah ada for Malays, jangan usik, and you be berani to tell the non-Malays that this will not change. You cannot change that, and why you nak usik yang tu? Okay, the Malays did not support a new government for them to diminish whatever the Malays have. So you got to be fair to the Malays. You must understand, and it is in conformity with the constitution. Constitution does mention special position of Malays. Of course, dia tak sebut Bumi Putra punya rights, Bumi Putra punya discount, quota system, tak sebut semua tu. These were ensued by policies that the government made since Merdeka dulu to give effect to the special position of the Malays. Jadi Malays punya pie tak boleh usik. Tapi at the end of the day, you must also delight the non-Malays. What is it in it for them? Tak bolehlah student-student mereka yang excel, yang do well, tak diberi peluang. And conveniently, they will say it's due to the system quota. It's not. The point is, government must now allocate. You create another pie, and that pie you buat based on competency. Itu semua kaum boleh compete, and it's got to be purely on meritocracy. Create a separate pie, make the demarcation clear, and make sure semua orang nampak. So the Malays will see that their pie is not disturbed, and they will compete for that pie. Dia compete situ, and siapa yang bagus, Malays saja yang akan dapat that pie. Itu yang sedia ada. Bukan tambah benda baru untuk Malays. Malays memang ada apa dulu. But for the non-Malays and also the Malays, you create now another pie, and that will allocate quota, university semua, all those kind of things. Matrix and whatever not. And this is going to be purely on meritocracy. Make sure everything is transparent. Make sure everything is fair. That's on education. Okay. Now next thing is that orang bising juga you nak buat Bumi Putra punya Congress lah, apa, another one. Orang tak faham. The point is Bumi Putra Congress memang selalu ada pun. Semua Perdana Menteri pun buat. You pun buat. Jadi you buat tu apa you discuss about Melayu. Jadi again, when it comes to Malay punya pie, you make sure you define it clearly, and orang lain should not question. Ini Malay punya benda because you are also Prime Minister for the Malays. Jadi you kena buat tu, orang tu soal. So there's nothing to hide there. Make it clear, we are doing this for the Bumi Putra, and that's it. It is for Bumi Putra. It's not for the non-Bumi Putras. Tapi apa benda pula yang buat untuk semua Malaysian? Itu pun kena ada, kena clear. So you do this, you do that. Jadi everybody is clear what share of which pie they can all have. You need to do that to ensure stability and harmony of the races. Kenapa? Because at the end of the day, kalau orang nak push for equality, people expect equality from you and the Madani government. My question is, are you going to give that? Kalau tak, be honest. Tell them that, tell the Malaysians there will not be equality. Tapi the welfare of everybody will be taken care of. We will embrace meritocracy within the confines of the parameters of the affirmative action and the special position of the Malays. You need to be clear on that. Now masuk agama. Islam is the agama official religion. Tapi constitution kita pun kata semua agama boleh dipraktis. Everybody have a right to practice dia punya agama. Jadi sekarang ni, just because Islam is the agama kita rasmi, it doesn't give the right, our right to trample over the minority punya religions. They should be able to profess their religion. Dia sepatutnya boleh main lagu apa-apa pun untuk dia punya Christmas. Tak patut diusik. And you must defend that because you are also PM for the non-Muslims. You also PM for that. You must ensure this. Siapa yang pakai salib dia nak kejar kedai Muslim, what's wrong with that? Kalau to you is ridiculous, therefore you should treat it as ridiculous. Orang tak patut sack dia, and dia patut be able to continue menjaga dia pakai salib. So what? Muslim tak suka, jangan. Kalau kedai tu rasa dia hilang bisnes Muslim, dia nak ganti, dia ganti. Tapi dia nak terminate pun dia kena ikut undang-undang. Dia kena bagi notice atau kena bagi reason. Otherwise it is wrongful dismissal. Boleh kena saman. So again, uphold the rule of law and be fair. So Melayu being the majority, sport for choice, Melayu boleh pergi sini, boleh pergi sana, dia boleh support mana-mana pun. Non-Malays are not sport for choices. They know certain government kalau dia pergi, dia memang teruk lagi. Okay, so because of that, Malays will demand all kinds of things, and opposition plays that. Opposition want to show the Malays that they are more for the Muslims and the Malays than this government can ever be. Now, there is no end to it. You are trying to quash that, you are trying to douse that by pandering to the Malays and the Muslims to the point of it being ridiculous. Faham tak? Macam Swatch Watchers. Kalau Swatch Watchers, kalau tulis LGBT, yang tu memang patut haramkan. Pasal kita punya stand apa? Kita tak terima declaration of LGBT. Orang pakai baju LGBT, jam LGBT. No, that's not right. You cannot be promoting that because we don't allow you mendakwah atau promote LGBT in this country. There's a no-no. Make the government stand clear. Siapa-siapa yang ada different view, tough, you follow the government of Malaysia. You don't like, you live in another country. That's it. So you do what is right. Tapi kalau swatch tu, dia colour saja yang pride punya colour, merah, kuning, what's wrong with that colour? So therefore kalau you nak ban because colour tu supposed to relate to colour-colour pondan, that is ridiculous. So kalau you kata ridiculous, you stop that. Instead, you try to defend kat CNN, ini macam ni, macam tu, kita kena jaga orang punya. You are making a fool of yourself. Tak payah. You instruct Saifuddin, mana-mana jam yang tak ada tulis LGBT, swatch punya, bagi balik and jangan berkelahi dengan orang, because memalukan kita. Globally kita malu, internationally kita malu, and secondly kita run into problem dengan swatch apa semua tu. Why? For what? So at the end of the day, jangan go out of the way to pander to the Malays. Give the Malays whatever is fair. Apa-apa yang orang usik sensitivity of Islam ke apakah, yes, you clamp down hard of it. Sama juga kalau orang usik sensitivity of agama lain. You must be fair there. Kenapa ada lebih pilih kasih? I'm not saying it is, tapi tak boleh ada. And you don't have to continue pandering to apa Malay want, because there will be no end. Sampai Malays will demand as much as they want, and the parties that is trying to champion hak-hak Melayu akan minta macam-macam. Nak cancel Coldplay punya concert, nak cancel beauty pageant punya concert. First things first, I baru tengok video ni, beauty pageant nak kena cancel, and then menteri try to jawab. You boleh kata apapun, but you come up with good answers, you respond. Beauty pageant, you nak kata haram, tak betul. What about judi kat Genting? What about kedai-kedai arak yang jual semua tu? Itu pun haram kan? What about babi yang jual kat kedai? So, negara ni bukan negara kepunyaan orang Islam saja. Orang non-Muslim pun hidup sama. Jadi kita hidup bermasyarakat. So, if they want to do that, they can. Muslims tak mau pergi ke beauty pageant, tak happy beauty pageant. Tapi benda tu dibuat oleh syarikat swasta. They do that as a matter of commercial punya consideration. Dia nak buat duit, dia nak buat untung. And kita punya Kementerian Tourism allow that and facilitate that because it is tourism. Tourism kenapa? Commercial. Because orang-orang yang visit Malaysia bukan orang Islam saja, visitors to Malaysia. Bukan Arab country saja. Also Europeans, also the Orientals, also the Americans, also semua negara. And if that beauty punya pageant is an attraction, then it is an attraction. Sama macam konsert ke apakah, it's got nothing to do with the fact that in Gaza orang kena bunuh, appropriate ke? Tak kena mengena. Itu kat Gaza. We are doing whatever we can for Gaza. Kita boleh donate pada Gaza. Konsert tu pun boleh bagi some duit to Gaza kalau dia nak bagi Gaza. But whether we have a concert or we don't, in Gaza still happen. You nak kata maksiat, macam-macam maksiat berlaku sekarang ni. Pelacuran is everywhere in the country pun. Judi pun everywhere. Arak, rasuah, fitnah dan rasuah dengan PAS tak berpisah. Berpisah tiada pun. So therefore nak cerita apa? Betulkan diri dulu. Look in the mirror. Eliminate the rasuah within your party first. Daripada you nak try stop beauty pageant lah, apa bala semua. For what? You nak sibuk buat apa? Why you want to zero in on those things? There are other things. Okay? In sports toto pun berlaku kan. Kat Langkawi pun alcohol is being sold kan. That is also Kedah kan. You allow that macam mana? Sana pun ada lagu-lagu, ada benda semua. What are you doing there? Kenapa you nak bising pasal benda tu, sedangkan tempat your own state buat benda-benda macam tu. So you kalau nak buat whatever you want to betulkan in your state, you buatlah. Tapi tak payah nak usik beauty pageant. It's just nak buat modal. And kita punya government, Madani government, tak payah layan sangat benda ni. You can explain. You nak kata itu tak consider maksiat, itu what rakyat Malaysia pun nak, because it's good for tourism. We are doing that for tourism. Bukan kita buat benda maksiat, bukan kita buat strip show, bukan kita buat live sex show on the TV, bukan. It's beauty pageant and orang datang, orang visit. People do not come there for sexual services. People come to enjoy for entertainment. There's also wayang, there's also lagu-lagu. So kat Kelantan pun dah ada Siam punya penari, menari kat bacok. So, menari, lompat, yang tu tak tengok pula. Look into your own backyard first pass. And as far as the Malaysian government, explain sekali, tapi jalan je. Dia macam Coldplay, jalan je, that's it. Siap, jalan, siapa nak kata apa? Orang nak kata kuduh ke apa ke, doesn't matter. So, Malays ataupun the hardcore Malays ataupun PAS, dia boleh bising lah macam mana pun. Bising apapun, you buat saja, you jalan. You explain sekali, you jalan. You must do what is right. Jangan buat benda yang ridiculous. Lagu-lagu Christmas ke apa-apa lagu, this has been sung since I was a child. Pasal apa nak ubah sekarang? Why we want to be more Arabized? Lebih Arab, lebih Islam. Untuk apa? Trying to please apa? Enough of pleasing. Just be fair to the Malays. Develop the country. Be a leader now. 1 year before elections, then start being a politician again. Tapi at least for a good 3 years, you can work for the country and rakyat can see the delta, can see the difference. And you need to shuffle your cabinet. Siapa yang bagus, yang perform. You don't bother sangat about stability dah. We are stable now. Government is stable now. You just need to get talented people, competent people, people with integrity, the right fit for the job. You need a strong team to navigate this country out of the rut it is in. You need to be decisive. You jangan takut to be tak popular. If you ever need to be to get this country out of the country, you cannot be popular all the way. You have to make unpopular decisions, but the right decisions for the country. So, but come elections, you kena jadi popular balik. Pasal kalau tak popular, tak menang elections, then orang lain ambil tampuk kerajaan. You don't know what rubbish they're going to do. So, you want to continue to be government, right? So, therefore, you kena pilih when to be unpopular. My suggestion is, now's the time to make unpopular decisions that is right for the country. Faham tak? Be fair to the Malays. Malays patut dapat apa dia punya, jangan kacau dia punya pie. Tapi you create also opportunities and new pie for the rest. Semua orang. You create that, and you, from economy standpoint, from agama punya standpoint, you need to resolve that. And I know you have compassion for Gaza, for Palestine, tapi Malaysian pun expect a PM for themselves. You are a PM for Malaysia first before you are PM for Gaza. Jadi janganlah nampak fokus tu lebih sana daripada kat sini. These are the issues here. Secondly, whatever kita punya monies, kita punya opportunities, you beri. Kalau Malaysia pun tak cukup, jangan terlebih-lebih beri kepada orang luar. You can't be donating and feeding children kat luar kalau anak you sendiri susu pun tak cukup. Okay, your primary responsibility, you're given trust and power to manage apa? Our funds for this country. You as a PM, you have a right to, of course, do some gesture for other people, less fortunate punya countries. That is completely fine. Tapi there is a boundary to that, and don't exceed that. I'm not saying you do, but don't exceed that. Because kalau tidak, orang menyumpah, and people blame you when something is not right in the country. They say because PM is focused on Middle East. Jadi, these are the kind of things where you don't need this kind of unpopularity. You do whatever you do, done. And what I'm saying is that jangan go overboard in trying to win the Malay support, to get the Malay punya approval. At the end of the day, you try to get their approval so much, you start doing the wrong things just to make them happy. Orang macam ni lah yang try to make it happy tu lagi akan hina, akan benci you lagi. And in the meanwhile, the people who've been supporting you will also end up benci you. Why? Because you're doing what you think is popular. You should do what you think is fair and what is right. Do that. I am no more than a Rakyat Marhaen. I am sharing a sincere advice to the government and Prime Minister that I want to lead. I want them to lead this country for at least another term and stir us out from the rut and turmoil that we are in. Kalau nak dengar, dengar. Kalau tak mau dengar, delete saja. I have discharged my obligation as a rakyat because I see a solution. I see what is not right done in this country, and I see what should be done right by our PM and the country. Hope is taken constructively. Kalau tak setuju pun tak apalah. I'm not trying to teach the government on how to govern this country. The other thing that people expect, I guarantee it's not just me. I guarantee almost every other rakyat expects from this government. Cuma tak terfikir sekarang because so many things are not going right. But this is one request I nak PMX consider. PMX, you know how the country was run for how many decades dah. So many wrong things, so many crimes swept under the carpet. From scandal, rasuah, murders, rape, all unexplained, and how things were swept, and even how the judiciary was abused, how the enforcement was abused, the police, macam-macam, immigration, so many scandals, and so many celah-celah tu ada juga fitnah, benda yang tak berlaku, so many things. And these macam buried over time. We can't allow it to be buried anymore. It is time to unearth and to leave no stones unturned. Buka balik. So therefore, who's to do that? Police have their plates full. They are trying to manage the spate of crimes yang ada sekarang ni. They are very busy to do that. Now what this government should do, what I desire to happen, is that you set up within the police punya section kan, ideally kalau they report directly to either Home Ministry ataupun to the Prime Minister's office. Dalam tu kena ada polis juga. You see how you want to design this. What we want is this ya. Semua, all the cases, Tan Tuya punya case, buka balik, korek balik apa yang tak betul. Teo Beng Hok ni case, all the case, Pesta Koh, siapa-siapa lagi, whoever yang kena bunuh, Najadi punya matter semua, all those you dig up, yang mana yang tutup, siapa kena bunuh, yang tak buka cerita, whatever is in terms of scandal purposes, you need to have a separate entity. You need to have a separate entity, and this entity must periodically report to Parliament. Kena bagi tahu, and rakyat kena tahu what is happening to that. You must be seen to dig up all the skeletons in the closet. Kalau you do that, that is a proof of mettle. It shows what kind of PM you are. You start buka balik cerita semua tu. You start restore justice that has been silenced for so long. Unearth balik, and that will make you a national hero. That will make you go down in history of the person who exposed all the capricious injustices that happen and put things right. And you should do this without fear or favor. You go after previous prime ministers ke, previous menteri ke, whatever yang tak betul. This entity must have a free hand and must be a fearless punya leader leading it, with backup of the police, backup of the government. Dia patut, all the agencies must lend assistance to them under instructions. MECC kena tolong, police kena tolong, immigration kena tolong, customs kena tolong. Semua, all the agencies must assist. Kalau dia minta, dia nak buka the case, they don't have to share the details with all these agencies, but dia boleh minta, and dia boleh buat, and dia patut report kepada government ataupun a committee of the parliament. Do this transparently and let them decide siapa yang nak buka. Ada some characters, I don't want to mention names, who likes to do this, who has been wanting to do this. Enlist them, use them, make sure they're part of the team. Create that elite team to do this cleanup. This is what is foremost, the best thing that can be happen, so that we can put rapists, murderers, semua masuk to prison. Siapa yang sakau, semua masuk prison and dapat balik duit. The job is just to go after past punya matters, yang dah lampau punya matters. Okay, police will be focusing on the BAU. Jadi that focus will not be there. Tu apa ni, anak Anak Indra Gandhi tu, dah court ni. Apa cerita? Kalau you tinggal kat polis, nothing happens lah. You need to have this separate entity that will have to do and pick up things that polis patut buat, polis tak buat. Give them the powers to do that. I desire that as rakyat. I am sure the rakyat also desire this. PM, do you have the will to do this or not? I minta sangat kat Prime Minister to do this as soon as possible, immediately. To counter the religious extremism in the country, to counter the false narratives of what's purportedly Islamic teaching when it's actually a deviant, perverted, satanic following, which may be embraced by majority Muslims, mainstream Muslims. We need to counter that, and PM should keep close all the religious people, the mufti, the learned Islamic scholars, the progressive-minded Islamic scholars who's grounded in the true teachings of the Quran, the essence of the divine teachings, and from there on, promote and advocate progressive Islam, modern Islam, and Islam that is true to the essence of the divine teachings of Allah. This is core, and the mainstream Malays and Muslims will not take the word of the Prime Minister or even the Agong or Sultan over their lebay-lebay. The only people that can counter the lebays are those who are also lebays. But the intellectual one, the progressive ones, the one that is aligned to the true essence of Islam, not the ritualistic, feudalistic, myopic view of Islam, bukan itu. That's not the way. Jadi kita banyak macam tu, kita ada all kinds of ustaz-ustaz spewing benda pelik-pelik, weird stuff, things that's non-existent. They create that. Now you need counter TikToks, counter narratives, counter write-ups, counter shows and documentary on TV, on media, write-ups by Islamic scholars that are, correctly guided. Now this is where PM and the government need to have a troop, Islamic trooper, faham tak? Preaching troopers must have their own. Now it's time that the government also have that to counter and expound Islam that is rahmatan lil alamin, expound Islam that is inclusive, that is love and becomes a magnet to people's endearment. This is the right Islam. Jadi as government, as PM, you have the power, you have the ability to wield that influence and power using scholars who are aligned to this understanding of the beautiful Islam. This is how you neutralize, this is how you become a kryptonite to all the religious extremism. That is the way. And this have to be blend in and weaved into your entire model of governance for this country. Begin now, and in time, by the time the next election comes, hopefully enough number of people are detoxified and they begin to see and follow and embrace the authentic, pristine Islam, and not the hybrid, perverted version that is concocted by the walaun terencak akal.
Good one, bro. Good one. Damn bloody good. This is very straightforward. It's I like it. So let's see he listen or not. If he really goes through, or maybe he just delete your message, I don't know. So wait and see lah. See got any U-turns or not within these 2-3 weeks. Okay? See got any U-turns or not. see his behavior change, you know.
So if you have any interesting ideas that can help build a better Malaysia, please put them in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. The subscription is free. You don't have to pay money. And we don't, YouTube doesn't give us your information. So there's no list of subscribers. I just know the number of subscribers, but no information about who the subscribers are. And we are not monetized, so there's no advertisements. When you click on our videos, you straight away watch our videos. You don't have to see annoying ads. Anyway, now please subscribe if you haven't done so, and please share our videos far and wide. Terima kasih. Wassalam.
If anything in this video resonated with you, be sure to like it, share it with your friends, leave a comment, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.